Hey guys, welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot and welcome to today's pick-a-pile reading. Thank you so much for being here and for your presence on my channel. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. I really appreciate your presence here. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, we will be looking into why you haven't heard from the person on your mind. Some of the other ways that this question can be potentially reframed is, what's blocking communication, or why haven't they reached out to you, or why aren't they saying anything, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. With this pick-a-pile reading, I want you to feel free to use it for romantic connections, which is what this reading will be geared towards. But I'm also going to interpret the cards in other contexts, which is, if you're watching this for a friend that you haven't heard from and you're no longer communicating with, or whether this is a colleague, somebody from your social circle, or a family member. So we are going to be talking about the cards that come up and interpret them in that context as well. What else was I going to say? Apart from looking at the question as to why you haven't heard from your person, we will also be getting insight into whether or not you will be hearing from them in the future. So if things are going to look different, if their energy, your energy is changing, and if in the future this person is likely to reach out. And if we get a yes answer to that question, we'll be looking at when they would be reaching out. So sort of getting an idea as to the timeline or what shift in energy would cause them to reach out to you. And if the answer is no, we'll get the reasons as to why that is so, or why this person is not likely to reach out to you in the future as well. So keep in mind, as always, that these are general readings. So the messages, most of them should resonate. That's how you will know that you are in the right pile. But some of them will not make sense to you, and just take the messages that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else to grab onto. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you get a better look at the crystals and the cards. There you go. So for my first pile, I have the Empress card with the orange calcite crystal. That's for pile 1. For the second pile, we have the Sun card with the fire and ice crystal wand or tower, however you want to call it, the ruby colored fire and ice crystal. For the third pile, I have the High Priestess, and I'm pretty sure this is the Medusa. I might be wrong, but I'm almost sure that it's the Medusa. That's with the black obsidian crystal. So there you go, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pause the video if you need some more time to select your pile. Timestamps are in the description box as always, and I will see you at your reading. Hi pile 1, so if you resonated with the orange calcite crystal or the Empress card, this is your reading. And as I mentioned in the intro portion, we are going to be looking at the reasons as to why this person hasn't reached out to you yet. Why haven't you heard from them? And we will also go into looking at what the probable future holds in terms of a possibility, whether this person is going to reach out to you in the future or not. And I'm going to be interpreting the cards, keeping in mind that some of you might be watching it not just for a romantic connection, but also for friendships or somebody that you worked with, or are somebody who's in your social circle and whatnot, family member. So I'm going to be interpreting the cards in that larger context as well, if you will. And we'll also look at, if we get the answer a yes, first of all, we are starting with the star. If you get the answer a yes, that this person is going to reach out, then we'll get some insight into the timeline, when that would happen, either the time or, what shift in energies, either there or yours, is going to make this person reach out to you. And if you get the answer, no, this person is not going to reach out, we'll look into why that is so as well. So we started with the star energy, which is, I'm looking at the image and we have two angels, two heavenly beings connecting with each other and forming a star, and that is already making me feel like there is hope. Either you have hope that you're going to hear back from this person, that you're going to connect with them again, or maybe they have hope in their hearts. We'll see what story pans out as I draw the rest of the cards. And I'm sorry if you are dealing with the situation and if it's, painful, because this type of situation can be a lot of things: confusing, infuriating, painful. So if there are any difficult emotions, I'm sorry about that. We have the Five of Pentacles. So this is the energy of shutting you out, abandoning you. So I'm also getting ghosting. So maybe this is someone that really left the situation, the connection, without much explanation, which again is very difficult to deal with. But all of that is a part of Five of Pentacles energy. So why haven't you heard from the person on your mind? We have a Six of Swords. This is moving on, letting go of a connection and moving on. And with this particular rendition of the Six of Swords, one thing I find very interesting, and I should point out, that the person who is sort of manning the boat, or is the driver, if you will, who's taking the boat away from something, which is basically what Six of Swords is about. They are looking at something has caught their attention, and this figure, I know my camera is not doing a very good job of really zooming into this face, and I hope that this is not very blurred, but this figure is actually looking right at us. Okay, so this makes me feel like moving on from something, but also sort of keeping an eye on it, if that makes sense. Okay, so you'll see. Why have you not heard from your person? Two of the cards flipped over. We have the King of Wands and we have the World. King of Wands can talk about this person still being attracted to you, okay, still holding a candle, if you will, or a desire for you or towards you. The World can talk about endings. So what I'm already getting from these cards is that, first of all, as I said, they might have abandoned the connection, but even if this is not outright abandonment in terms of ghosting, like suddenly disappearing from your life, they definitely are shutting this connection out, shutting you out right now. And the movement in the Six of Swords, the moving away from something, it typically comes from having felt that necessity, like it's necessary almost to do that, to promote their own healing, or needing to put distance in order to attend to something else. Okay, cutting your losses is also one of the energies which is part of the Six of Swords energy. So this is someone who saw it best, I would say, at this time to end the connection so that things are not damaged in a more colossal, like in a big way. okay? And obviously they were not thinking about your feelings, otherwise we wouldn't have the Five of Pentacles, the shutting you out. But this is something, you know, something else calling their attention, maybe a life. For some of you, I'm getting a third party energy from the Six of Swords, because we do have another woman, a child, so maybe this person has a family, other commitments, okay? But the King of Wands definitely is still having desire, still having, you know, a lot of attraction towards you, still feeling their feelings quite passionately when it comes to you. And that is why maybe we see the star, that maybe this person in the future has a hope of mending this connection. Okay, we are going to take a look at like what happens in the probable future in the second part of the reading, as I mentioned, but only from just these cards I'm getting the feeling that this person is at least like hoping and desiring that in the future they might be able to come back and mend this connection. But we also have the World energy, which tells me that for now, and again I'm seeing another woman and a child, so it could be a third party situation. Okay, if you're watching this reading and you're not looking at this from a romantic sense, then sort of the same messages apply, but without the third party thing. It could be other commitments, like something made this person feel like it's a good decision that they were making in the moment for themselves. Of course, this is totally like selfish thinking that is coming through, and they were thinking like this would be the right thing to do right now, because there are other things that I need to attend to, other, you know, people in my life that I want to be taking care of, other goals that I need to be working on, okay? But the same thing, that they, whenever they think of you, I kind of feel like they feel this intense energy, intense emotions, okay? And definitely like you have made a lot of like emotional impact on this person, whether they are talking about it or talked about it or not, or whether you're aware of it or not. I feel like you have left sort of your imprint on this person's energy, okay? And again, in that sense too, the World represents an ending. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that yes, there is hope, but for now, this person literally as if they saw the need to move away from this connection. Whatever it is that was going on between the two of you, it was just mentally, because the Swords is a card or suit of thoughts of, you know, our minds. Mentally, that it was something that they were just not ready to deal with or willing to deal with, okay? And like I said, cutting your losses is the energy of Six of Swords before things got even more out of hand, or things started getting like more complicated maybe. Just withdrawing their communication, okay? This person might have communication issues, maybe feelings and you know, talking about like difficult issues, things that are bothering them. It might be something that they find particularly challenging to address via communication. And so blocking someone and abandoning the connection is kind of like the energy that they put out. But even in this card, in the Five of Pentacles, these two individuals, even though we have the energy of, you know, blocking someone out and that pentacle, I don't know if that would be very clearly visible on camera, but there are a lot of cobwebs. So it kind of makes me feel like it's been some time, you know, and we have a rabbit that's stuck in that cobweb. So leaving things unsaid, a lot of things like not being addressed, and almost feels like, you know, there was something that you guys needed to talk through, and this person sort of left it hanging, so to speak, as this rabbit hangs from the cobweb. So let's get clarifying cards for each of the cards here. What's the star energy? What is the star energy for pile one's person? We have the Lovers. Look at that. So yeah, this is for those of you that are looking at this from a romantic connection, but even if it was a friendship, I feel like, you know, what leaves them in this hopeful place is the kind of experience that they had with you. I mean, Lovers is either a soulmate or a twin flame type of connection. And I define soulmates a little differently. My definition is very informed by Dr. Brian Weiss's books, if you've heard about him. And if you haven't, you definitely should Google and check him out. I will leave a link in the description below to his website and to his books. He has done extensive research on past life and our potential, the healing powers in, you know, revisiting our past lives and so on and so forth. But I digress. He defines soulmates as any kind of connection, no matter who that is put into our life, and we come across these people in our journey, in our paths, at the point of time when we really need to evolve, or our souls need to evolve. It's the next step in evolution. So soulmate connections can bring a lot of challenges, a lot of pain, and a lot of lesson learning. Okay, the star is also about healing. Okay, apart from it being of hope, even though I'm getting like hope as one of the major vibes coming from the star energy, it can also talk about healing. So but the Lovers clarifying the star, I feel like, especially for those of you that are looking at, you know, a romantic partner from your past, I feel like the strength of this connection, the intensity of this connection might have been very scary for this person. But at the same time, when something like that is scary, it also is very alluring, because it's the kind of connection that we have not experienced ever with anybody else. Okay, I'm also getting the feeling, like, if you'll notice, the hands for these two lovers in our Lovers card, they are sort of tied together by a ribbon, and I feel like this person does continue feeling like connected to you in more ways than one, and will always feel so. That's the energy that I'm getting. Like, no matter how far we drift, there's always that pull towards you that this person continues to feel. That's how I see it. And maybe you feel that too. You know, we have the Lovers really looking at each other. There's a lot of like vulnerability, honesty, showing of yourselves. That's also a part of the Lovers energy. So this person, I think, wants to revisit that, and that is why they feel hopeful that maybe in the future there will be an opportunity to connect with my pile one person. Okay, so let's see what's the Five of Pentacles energy here. What's the Five of Pentacles energy? We have the Page of Wands. Yeah, so the Pages of Wands can be about communication, okay? And like I said, this might be them running away from talking about something. I'm really getting that energy, that there was a conversation that needed to be had, or maybe you needed them to open up more about something and really talk about something. And that is the thing that led to this person abandoning the connection or putting some distance between the two of you. I'm going to clarify this page energy a little bit once I'm done clarifying the rest of the cards. But communication seems to be one of the things that this person really ran from. Getting the feeling. And like I said, they might be quite immature when it comes to talking about their feelings, or how do I say this, sort of directing their passionate energy or their feelings into a more functional, constructive conversation. Okay? But we'll clarify that energy some bit more. We have the Page of Swords clarifying the Six of Swords. So Page of Swords is again about communication, putting their thoughts into words, or be able to think about things clearly. Maybe the conversation was about the future and, you know, where you both are at right now in this connection and what's going to happen next. Okay? And again, pages are a little bit immature, or I would say substantially immature when it comes to channeling the energy of their suit. So Page of Wands would be very inadept at channeling their passions, their desires, in a constructive way, and more often than not they land up doing a very shabby job of it. The Pages of Swords, similarly, they are not good at organizing their thoughts, organizing, you know, their feelings in words and express them. So again, I'm noticing, or I'm getting that from these cards, what I'm feeling is that your person really is impaired, so to speak, in those faculties when it comes to communication and organized action and knowing what they want to do. This person might be very confused about what they truly desire in this situation. And again, it could be one particular thing that the fallout is about, especially for those of you that are thinking of a friend as you're watching this, or any other type of connection which is not romantic. This person is seriously impaired when it comes to expression. We have the Five of Swords clarifying the King of Wands. So the Five of Swords can talk about conflict. Again, not being able to face conflict and to work through conflict in a very constructive sort of way. This could be conflict between the two of you, or just conflict within your person. Okay? So even with, you know, having the desire, which I really feel this person still desires you, wants to connect with you and wants to talk to you again, I'm getting that they might be very conflicted about their next steps or about what action to take regarding that. Let's clarify the world energy. Oops. What is the world energy here for Power One's person? We have the Two of Cups in reverse, yeah. So in its upright position, as you might or might not know, Two of Cups is really feeling connected to someone. There's emotional resonance. There's a feeling of like being understood. Really like meeting of the minds and the heart is what I see the Two of Cups as. And also like finding yourself in a very comfortable place with another person where there's a lot of love, there's a lot of acceptance. With that coming up in the reverse position, this person might literally feel very disconnected for whatever has transpired between the two of you. Okay, I don't know what it was, and again, for each of you will be very different, but that closeness, that comfort level that they felt with you in your presence, maybe when the relationship was going really good, that is lost. They don't feel like they would be seen or would be accepted. They might even be worried about, you know, you being able to see their point of view. Okay, that is also part of the Two of Cups reversed energy. And I like how this reading is making a distinction between wanting resonance, wanting acceptance, wanting love, which we all do at our core level, but the feeling, the lover's feeling, which is even with the conflict and even with that closeness being lost, Lovers is more of a robust feeling, always feeling connected to a person. And I feel that is how your person sees you. Let's look at the bottom of the deck energy. We have the King of Swords. Okay. I'm also noticing the Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Yeah, so with the King of Swords coming up as the bottom of the deck energy, and the Seven of Pentacles as well, which very much I included in this reading. What I think is, first of all, King of Swords is all about communication. Again, just as the Page of Swords is, they both come from the same suit. But with the Seven of Pentacles, this person might be working up first of all, they are waiting this out, okay? They are not, at least based on what I see in the cards right now, they are not like rushing towards you with communication. They might be working up to this King of Swords state of mind, which is, getting a better handle on their power of expression, with Ace of Swords being at the bottom as well, or a card that I did see in your reading. It might be about getting more clarity, and they might literally be working on organizing their thoughts, okay? For some of you with the Seven of Pentacles, this card also comes up when the other person is waiting to hear from you. So ask yourself if that might be the case. If you think like it sounds like a person to be waiting now to hear back from you, that might be the case as well. But I feel like they are either getting to that position of the King of Swords where they have a better handle on, their thoughts, like their thoughts are more organized, their feelings are more organized, and they are ready to speak up. They might be getting towards that, or they might be feeling like the best thing to do is to wait for you to do that. The King of Swords, another part of the King of Swords is also pain and feeling hurt and feeling like there were some painful lessons that your person had to learn through this experience as well. And they might be stopping them from reaching out. Again, you are the best person to answer that based on what happened, especially with this conflict, okay? How this conflict was handled by the two of you. It could be that as well. So let's clarify the Page of Wands energy. So what is the Page of Wands here? What's the Page of Wands energy? We have the Five of Wands. Look at that. So Five of Wands is conflict. It's, in this rendition of the card, we have like 4 different people coming together, which kind of reminds me of a coven. These seem to be like practicing witches of some sorts, but basically it is 4 different viewpoints, working together and arriving at a consensus. But the Five of Wands typically does talk about inner conflict. And again, that I feel like is a conflict over how to resolve whatever is left hanging between the two of you, okay? Maybe you both see things differently, and your person might be aware of that. Your viewpoint is different on certain things, or maybe about this relationship. But this is a clash of different viewpoints. The Hanged Man, okay? So this is about, first of all, things being in a limbo, as I was getting from the Five of Pentacles energy. Like, we have reached somewhat of an impasse is the energy that I'm getting. Like, we both cannot see eye to eye when it comes to this issue or these issues or these things that we needed to talk about, but this is them working with the assumption that you will not see their point of view. Okay, the Hangman is also about elevated consciousness and trying to see things differently. So maybe this is one of the expectations that your person has at this point of time. from you, that is, and they hope that you will be able to see their point, or you would have been like receptive to that. But this could be something that they are assuming will not be the case, if that makes sense. Okay, I want to get more on the star energy. What's the star energy here? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get one more. What is the star energy here? We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so there were like three different messages that I was getting when I drew the Queen of Pentacles. First of all, this could be representing someone else's energy. Like I said, for some of you, I was getting a third party situation. So this could be their spouse, a significant other that they are thinking of and kind of holding on to right now. Okay, and despite there being hope, I feel like your person has somewhat found their comfort zone, if you will, and, you know, making peace with the status quo of things. Okay, because even if they are acknowledging that they do feel connected to you and will always feel connected to you, if there is a third party situation, this might be something that they are at this time when you're watching this reading. By the way, all my readings are meant to be timeless, so you need not check the upload date of this video. Whenever you find it is when it is meant to be resonant with you. So if this is a third party situation, then of course that is where they're drawing all their discouragement from and not wanting to act on it. So Four of Pentacles tells me even if there is hope, it's kind of the type of hope where it's like, I hope the other person reaches out to me. I hope pile one makes the first move. Okay, that is the second message that I was getting, that they are looking at you as a Queen of Pentacles, or you represent very Queen of Pentacles type energy for them, where it's all about a compassion and love and caring with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, she's a very compassionate, giving queen, and so they might be sort of thinking about this and leaving it up to you, and be hesitant, very hesitant, in either of those cases to act on the hope that they have. Okay, even if they are hopeful, I feel like either there's somebody else's energy, or they are looking at you and they're like, I feel like my pile one person is going to reach out. I needn't do anything. Okay, there's a hope they have that you will reach out. I was also getting that from the Seven of Pentacles energy. Now, I'm not asking you to reach out or do anything about this, but that is, you know, allow your intuition to guide you over there. But that's what I am getting. There was another thing, but I'll come back to it because I seem to have lost that thought. I'll come back to it if I remember. But those are the two prominent sort of messages that I was getting. The third one was kind of like a minor one, if you will. But let's look at some of your oracle cards and see what is happening here. So why haven't you heard from this person? How one? Whoops. We have success and growth. And hold on, am I holding this whole deck upside down? No. So this came up reverse. Success and growth coming up reverse. I think this is If I'm not wrong, this is the Eight of Wands energy. Okay, so Eight of Wands can be about communication, but let's connect with this rendition as well. And like I said, with the Six of Wands energy, Six of Swords energy, this person might feel like now is the time to move on from this relationship and focus on something else. So they might be doing exactly that. Okay, so is this an Eight of Wands or Eight of Pentacles energy? I'm not sure. Now that I think about it, it might be Eight of Pentacles. Because the purple borders are pentacles, I think. Yeah, this is the Eight of Pentacles. Sorry about that, guys. So, with the Eight of Pentacles coming up reverse, I feel like this person at this time is not willing to put in the work. Maybe they see this connection, this relationship as too much work. Okay, too much work for them. They don't have the time. They don't have the motivation. They don't have the patience right now to put in the work that would be necessary to mend this connection or to rekindle it, to even talk to you. Okay, even communication. And with success and growth being one of the couple of keywords, it could be that they see it as hindering their path to success and growth, or success and growth is something that they're focused on right now and they have not achieved those goals, and that might be the hindrance. Okay, so take the messages as they resonate and based on what you know about your person and your situation. Whatever you should intuitively know which kind of message resonates the most for you. Then we have move. I'm getting like, this is the Chariot energy, by the way, and Chariot is moving on. So this person, I feel like, is moving on from this relationship or making an effort to move on from it, leave it behind. Okay, and we have a floating card, and that kind of made me feel, the thing that I was saying initially, that made me feel like somebody letting it go, letting it, giving it to the universe, not really actively doing anything about that right now. So moving on from this, unfortunately, is what I'm seeing. Like, your person doesn't really feel like, first of all, I don't feel like they have the skills to handle it, and there's a lack of willingness. And so again, we have moving on. This is Eight of Cups energy, moving on from something. And with the Eight of Cups, the moving on is typically from connections or situations where you're leaving them behind because for some reason they are no longer emotionally fulfilling. Plain and simple. So whatever fulfillment they found within this connection, again, no matter what capacity they were connected in with you, that is no longer there. So unfortunately, they're giving up and moving on. And we also have the crown chakra, the seventh chakra. So I feel like, first of all, as I said, with the Lover's energy here, with soulmate connections, they are, and also with the Hanged Man, I feel like the quality of this connection and whatever transpired between the two of you, they are the type of, looks like the type of connection where there was a lot of like lesson learning. And I feel like this person is slowly becoming more evolved in their consciousness, which is why we also have the King of Swords energy. As I said, they might be moving, towards more wisdom and towards seeing things more clearly. So we have this card come up as sort of that hope, and as I was drawing this card, I was like, I better move on to the second part of the reading where I'm going to look at, like, will this person reach out to you again? And this makes me feel like the King of Swords along with the crown chakra, like, at least there is a possibility, but I will hold my tongue. Let's get another tarot card and look at Oh, whoops, this card jumped up. We have the Nine of Wands. We are looking at, will this person reach out to you? And we started with the Nine of Wands. Is this person likely to reach out to you? But even if, this is not an indication of this person becoming more evolved, more conscious, and therefore like a possibility of reaching out, because sometimes, I, as a reader, I get caught up in those interpretations where it's like, I hope that happens for you and I want to see that happen for you. So I sometimes read those cards in a way that kind of indicate that hope. But I recognize that that might not be the case. It might just be their own spiritual evolution and spirit telling us that for both of you, this experience is going to be something that evolves or like furthers your consciousness. So that might be the case, but let's look at the cards, what they say of whether this person is going to reach out to you. Whoops, we have 2 jump off. We have 3 cards jump up. Okay, do I take this or was it bad shuffling? Do I take this, Spirit? Okay. We have the Hanged Man energy. So Spirit says take it. Then we also have the 5 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm kind of getting the answer is a no, okay? For you, Pile 1, unfortunately, I feel like for the foreseeable future, with this 8 of Pentacles energy, this person will be more self-focused, I feel like, and very protective and guarded of their energy. They might even, I'm going to go ahead and say this, they might even not entertain you reaching out. So be very careful with that and like think that decision through. Of course, like I'm not going to tell you to, to do or not do something. The ultimate choice will always be yours, but I feel like this person will remain very guarded. Like 9 of Wands is a wounded energy. So as I said, like the conflict or whatever happened in this situation, I don't think this person is very adept at understanding it. Okay, they might be moving towards like a higher perspective or a better way of looking at things and elevating their consciousness, but we have 5 of Wands and we have 8 of Pentacles, which tells me that it's going to take some time, substantial amount of time, for this person to arrive at these energies, if you will. Okay, and they will be actively, I feel like this conflict with you will be something that is going to linger in their minds. I definitely feel that, or will be brought back into focus at some point in the future, and that will make them realize the work that they need to do on themselves. Okay, so looking at these cards, I don't think that this person is going to reach out, unfortunately. And now let's take a look at why that is so. So why is your person not going to reach out? Let's look at the oracle messages for that. Why are they not going to reach out to Pile 1? Even though we get some kind of inkling to the question why. We have commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity. So as I said, I was getting third-party energy. They might be thinking about other commitments in their life, okay, which they perceive will be damaged or affected somehow by this connection. Okay, we also have open heart, receiving, empathy, and vulnerable. So in order for them to reach out, they have to, I like that this card came up in the Hanged Man energy. So I do feel like this person will eventually heal, but I would say in the near future, that is, a period of, we also have twin flames. So again, with the Lovers card, this might be twin flame energy. It says mirroring, shared feelings, reflection. So you might be mirroring each other in terms of your feelings. But anyways, speaking of this open heart, no, I don't think so that this reverses the message. I just feel like their heart needs to be open, which is not at this time. They might arrive at that place in the distant future, but not the near future. And when I say near future, I mean a time frame of 6 months to 1 year. So I don't think that's going to happen within that, but maybe in the future. Maybe, this looks like a solid maybe in the future. Like, that's my answer. Like, maybe in the future. But not anytime soon, for sure, is what I'm getting, pile 1. So I'm definitely not getting a definitive no, I would say, but I wouldn't indefinitely advise you to wait around commitment. We have pride, arrogance, ego, and being stubborn. So there might be some of that going on. Let's take some messages from your person. And again, as with the other parts of this reading, take only those messages that resonate and leave the rest for someone else. So, we have, I know I messed up everything. So at least they are showing some awareness about the role, the part that they played in messing up things between the two of you. They might be needing some awareness into that. I lost myself for a little while. What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1 at this time? I want to tell you how I feel. There is a desire definitely to talk to you, but are they ready right now to act on it? I don't think so, unfortunately. I hide behind material things. So this is, for those of you that were resonating with the energy that I felt, that your person is chasing some other goals, prioritizing some other things, maybe their own success and growth. And bottom of the deck, I'm seeing, I hope you could forgive me one day, and I wish I could take back my words. There you go. So, okay, that is all I have for you, pile 1. I sincerely hope this reading was helpful and that it helped you gain some clarity, find some peace, closure in some ways, hopefully. And thank you again for being here, pile 1. And I will see you hopefully in my other readings. Bye. Hi, pile 2. So if you resonated with this Fire and Ice, red Fire and Ice crystal and the Sun card, this is your reading. So very quickly to go over the content of this reading, for those of you that might have skipped or missed the intro, we are going to start by answering the question why you haven't heard from your person, and then we'll go into whether or not in future you're likely to hear from this person in the future. If we get a yes for that question, then we'll look into when that might happen. And this when, keep in mind, I might be able to get some insight as to the timeline, but I might also get an insight into, or I'll definitely get an insight into the energies, since tarot as a tool is fantastic for looking at the energy. So what energetic shift either within you or your person might bring about that contact. And if we get a no for that question, we are going to look into why that might be, why they are unlikely to reach out to you in the future as well. And I want you to feel free to use this reading for past romantic connections, somebody that you were involved with romantically, or platonic connections. So think friend or family member or colleagues, somebody in your social circle, and what have you. So let's begin by looking at why you haven't heard from this person in a while. What are the reasons as to that? What's the blockage? What's going on? So why hasn't pile 2 heard from their person? Why hasn't pile 2 heard from their person? Okay, we're starting with the reversed Queen of Swords. The first word that comes to my mind is embittered, because in its reverse position, or the shadow aspects, if you will, of the Queen of Swords, is somebody who feels wronged in a way. So whether that is the fact or whether it's not, your person in some ways feels very wronged. This could also be them feeling challenged around communication, since Swords is a card of communication. This could also mean that they are still holding grudges and kind of focused on the hurt that they felt. Then we also have the Knight of Cups that is coming up in the reverse position as well. I was just checking to see if I'm holding the entire deck upside down, but that's not the case. So Knight of Cups, again, Knights are all about forward movement, and the Knight of Cups is somebody who would definitely be following their heart. So I feel like when your person thinks about you, there's a distinction being made here. When they think about you, they might feel blocked, or they might feel they might be cycling through the same kind of thoughts, the past grudges and the hurt that they are feeling, and that's why they're holding themselves back. But I feel like there's a part of them, in terms of their feelings, they're not letting those feelings in, okay? And they're not following up on what their intuition might be guiding them to do at this point of time. So maybe intuitively and in their hearts, deep down, they have this desire to reach out, but I feel like this person is very much blocking any kind of feelings that entice them to take action towards that. And they're unwilling, I feel like, or blocked with their ability to even talk about their feelings or share their feelings. But I certainly feel like deep down there is a desire, even if the Knight of Cups has come up in the reverse position. So let's see what else unfolds as the reading progresses. Why hasn't pile 2 heard from their person? Why hasn't pile 2 heard from their person? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Why hasn't pile 2 heard from the person? I'm getting the feeling with Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting a couple of messages. First of all, something new might have popped up into their life that is taking a lot of their time, taking a lot of their energy. And I'm also getting the message that, again, speaking of wanting to do something, okay, and this is about like some sort of a solid move. The Pentacles is earth energy, and so with earth energy we see some kind of, think of it as like planting a seed and taking that action, because planting a seed is literally putting a seed into the ground and acting on their feelings and acting on whatever they are desiring to do, which I feel like is a new beginning. But the kind of beginnings that comes with the Ace of Pentacles is typically one that pushes us out of our comfort zone. And if you'll see in this card, this Ace of Pentacles has a lot of cobwebs on it, and that is making me feel like, again, there is a blockage when it comes to taking any kind of action. Like, I feel like this person knows that they have to do something in forms of a gesture towards you, or coming back to a promise. Ace of Pentacles can also talk about like promises that were kept within the connection or within the relationship, but it's not like this person has forgotten about that, but they're kind of just leaving it to the side, not really doing anything about it. Let's see. We have the Seven of Wands. Why do they feel defensive? The Seven of Wands is defensive energy and feeling the need, like they need to guard their energy in some sort of way. And feeling defensive, like almost like if I were to take any action, or if I were to, you know, bring pile 2 back into my life, back into this equation, then it's gonna come to some kind of trouble for me, or it might be damaging to my sovereignty in some sorts, okay? So they're feeling very protective. We'll get clarifying cards to see what's going on there. Then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. It's a card of waiting, okay? There's a lot of like, I feel like for some of you with the Seven of Pentacles, I sometimes get the message, and I am getting that message for your reading as well, that they might be waiting for you to make a move, okay? And they might be feeling like they have done the work, or they have done enough, if not all of it, but the proverbial ball is in your court. So this might be them expecting you to come back, or it could be that this person has a feeling that a lot of time has passed and wondering if taking any kind of action now within this connection would be the right move. Like, should they just let, how do they call it, let the sleeping, I don't know what it is, but just let things be as they are. I'm not, can't recall what that phrase is. It was a title of a Laurel and Hardy movie, if you heard of those guys, fantastic comedians from the yesteryears. I'll come back to it if I do remember it, but there's a feeling that, you know, maybe a lot of time has passed, I've done what I need to do, and would it be wise now to come back to this connection, to rekindle it, okay? So we still don't have a lot of clarity, so I'm going to get clarifying cards for each of these energies here, but just by looking at it, I feel like this person has stepped away, and the Seven of Wands is what is drawing my attention the most. Feeling defensive, feeling like almost in a combative sort of a way, because we have a woman who's holding a wand and she's kind of standing in front of her homestead and protecting it, literally. If this person is someone who you know who has a family, let's say, and this is a third-party situation, then it might be a desire to protect them, and therefore, you know, remaining blocked on what they feel about you, not even acknowledging those feelings at this time, might be the easier way out, and not taking any action, you know, just letting it go in a way, okay? Let's clarify each of these energies. So what is the Queen of Swords in the reverse for pile 2's person? What's the Queen of Swords in reverse? we have the Three of Swords. Look at that. So definitely this connection and whatever they have experienced, their subjective experience, it doesn't matter whether you understand the pain or the hurt that they have felt or not, or whether you feel that it is justified or not. This person definitely has been feeling hurt, and the Queen of Swords, like I said, embitterment and hanging on to whatever has gone wrong, allowing those feelings to or those thoughts to take over. Okay, so definitely in the Queen of Swords with coming up reversed, that energy is coming full on in its shadow aspects, which is, you know, hanging on to the pain, hanging on to the hurt, and unable to let that go, unable to move past it. Like, this person still hasn't healed from whatever they perceived as painful in this connection. Whatever way they feel hurt, they have not really processed it. They're still very much in that energy, so which very much explains the reverse Queen of Swords. Let's look at the reversed Knight of Pentacles. What is the reverse Knight of Pentacles? Sorry, the Knight of Cups. I apologize. What is the reverse Knight of Cups for pile 2's person? They're just not over it, whatever they felt hurt about. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so this person right now has very much found what I would like to call their comfort zone in not doing anything about their feelings and not listening to it, remaining blocked, okay, not giving their feelings to have a say in what the future should hold or what they should be doing about this connection now. They have somehow made peace with it, or kind of found their peace by blocking their feelings. I feel like this person, if they were to allow their feelings about the situation, about you, to come into their consciousness and to affect them, it would rattle this person, I feel like, and really shatter the peace, the peace that we see in this card, a woman meditating and looking quite peaceful, actually. So I feel like in order to maintain that level of peace for themselves and not kind of like disturb their own life, their own vibe, they tell themselves that for now it's best to not even feel those feelings, which are, I feel like, present deep down, but they are not allowing it. What's the Ace of Pentacles for pile 2's person? What's the Ace of Pentacles energy? Oops, okay, this card jumped out. We have the reversed Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups in its upright position, as you may or may not know, it's about emotional fulfillment. This is feeling completely emotionally fulfilled, and I'm seeing the image of a family here. Is there a second child? Yeah, there are 2 children, and we have parents, we have like a happy scene of a family. So if this is someone that you wanted this kind of family situation, wanted to build something real with them in terms of a long-term, you know, family, whatever that looks like for you, they are not feeling it at this time, okay? I feel like their resistance in making this move or planting the seed is because they don't, first of all, there's no emotional fulfillment for your person when it comes to this connection. And I'm sorry if this is particularly painful to hear, but it is just, I would rather tell you as it is. I'm a very straightforward and a blunt tarot reader. I don't mean to be insensitive, and I hope that you will not take this in like a
in the wrong way as me being insensitive, but they just don't find that emotional fulfillment in this connection, and they don't see the connection going anywhere. So which is what is not making them come forth with any kind of like a real sort of solid gesture. Okay, if this is someone that has a family, again with the third party situation which I was getting with the Seven of Wands energy, and you know that this person has a family, then even through the unhappiness in their family, first of all, I do really feel that they are not happy at home. They're not happy. They're not emotionally satisfied in another connection, if that might be the case for some of you watching this reading. Despite that, there's something that doesn't make them feel very hopeful about the future of this connection. I feel like this person in that case might want another like long-term connection and want somebody that they can envision like settling down with, but they don't think that that would be a possibility given what has happened with you, the history they share with you, or your circumstances and maybe the circumstances in their life right now. Okay, if you're watching this for a friend or a family member or what have you, the reason why, again, they have not made that gesture towards you and they have not come forth with, you know, let's say a peace offering or any kind of effort, you've not seen that from this person, is because there's a lot of, I would say, emotional trauma that they're going through. Also looking at the the Three of Swords energy, there was something that just didn't find resonance within this person, emotional resonance within this person. Okay, so what is the Seven of Wands energy? With this reading, I kind of feel like it can be very much applicable to a lot of situations, which was what my intention was to begin with when I started reading. I wanted it to be applicable, but this could be also talking about this as a family member, then some sort of like fallout or discord between families, and I feel like they just don't want to get back into that mess, quote unquote. We have the Seven of Swords coming up for the Seven of Wands. Yeah, this person either perceives that they have been betrayed, okay, in the past, either within this connection, or it also could be coming up from other relationships. Like trust issues is what I'm getting. So having difficulty trusting in your words maybe, or trusting in you. And it's also probable that this person does not have any evidence to support that. Like maybe you have always been someone who they could rely on, but as we see here with the Three of Swords, there's pain, there's, you know, a lack of emotional resonance. So this might be coming up as a blockage within them, that if they have a bad experience, I feel like this person is very quick to get into that defensive mode and sort of block other people out because of their fear that, you know, the kind of betrayal that they have experienced in the past, that might repeat itself. So in a way, again, this makes sense. They are kind of saving themselves, running away. In this, I like the rendition of the Seven of Swords as opposed to other renditions in the tarot. So if you know the tarot, if you've been watching readings for a while, typically you know that in the Seven of Swords image, there's a person that's literally running away with 7 swords, so to speak, and someone we look at as a thief. But another kind of perspective on the Seven of Swords is to look at the person that's running away as sort of preserving their own integrity or preserving themselves, escaping, if you will, a situation. So I'm getting that kind of appealing feeling looking at this card, because this woman is sort of hiding and looking over her shoulder as she's running away from something and making sure like she's not being followed, she's not being watched. So there is that tremendous fear that I'm feeling from this card, that this person somehow feels that they will be betrayed, or their integrity will be betrayed, or they'll be harmed in one way or the another. And I think that is what is making this person go to the defensive side. Okay, and again, as I said, this is their subjective feeling. You might be looking at this and wondering, like, I'm not a threat, like I'm not gonna ever quote unquote attack this person or make them feel unsafe, okay, or harm them in any sort of a way. But this could be triggers, this could be this person's emotional triggers, and that leading to all these fearful thoughts, and could be based on, as I said, their past experience. Sometimes the Seven of Swords, the roots of that fear go back to as far as childhood. So something like this person not coming from a safe family environment and feeling threatened, okay, and therefore having trust issues, as I was talking about when I drew this card. Trust issues is a big thing with this person. They have inability to separate out the past experience from what is going on in the present moment. So this is not objective, not that, you know, is indicative of you being a threat to this person, but they perceive some sort of a threat. Maybe the threat is coming from the entire situation, okay? And especially for those of you that are watching this and thinking about someone who already has other commitments, has a family, and has something to protect, okay? Maybe the protection is about their sanity and their, you know, peace, as I'm getting from the Four of Pentacles energy. So something to lose is what I feel from this card, and seeing you or coming back to your connection as a threat to that, okay? So let's look at the Seven of Pentacles energy, which is unfortunate if they are, you know, reading this connection in that sort of a way and their perception is flawed. It's quite unfortunate, I would say. Let's see, what's the Seven of Pentacles energy? We have Judgment. So Judgment could be talking about, I kind of feel like this person wants situations to change and to feel more free in order to, or I'm sorry, a better way of putting this would be that this person is likely to get out of their shell once there is some sort of renewal in their own energy, or maybe renewal within this situation, okay? So as far as, you know, what I'm getting, this person coming back, I'm leaning towards saying yes and no, both, unfortunately, and I know that is very annoying, but that yes would be, I feel like, when this person has changed a lot, evolved a lot, okay? And that might be one of the things that is going on unconsciously, okay? That's the key word, unconsciously, in this time that they are waiting things out, or you are waiting for them to come back, or you're from them. This is what the renewal of their energy, the renewal, some sort of renewal, some sort of shift, a big change is happening. So now looking at the Seven of Pentacles being clarified by the Judgment energy, I feel like there is a possibility, I'm certainly getting that for some of you, that maybe in the future, again, how long this renewal process would be with their energy or the energy of the situation changing, that remains to be seen. It's not something that is coming up very or getting more insight into that is not possible just with these cards. I'm going to draw clarifying cards in a second, but it's possible that this person is kind of waiting out and hoping for situations and things to change. Let's look at the bottom of the deck energy. We have the Magician, okay, and we also have the Two of Wands coming up. I'm also noticing the Star. Okay, so with the Star energy, I kind of feel like Spirit is acknowledging here and letting us know and letting me know that this person does desire to connect with you. Okay, as I said, deep down there is a feeling, not right now, not right away, okay, and not in the near future. And by the way, when I say near future, I'm talking about a time period of 6 months to a year. So nothing within that time period, but it's kind of like, you know, something that we hope that I might be able to like talk to this person, my pile 2 person, when everything has substantially changed in my life and in their life. Okay, with the Magician energy, I feel like this person, again, the Magician is all about manifestations, and so is the Two of Wands. This Two of Wands is so, you know, this person has their hand out and they're looking into the horizon. So there are hopes, there is, you know, some desire to feel more confident, I feel like, to be able to execute that. And I feel like looking at the Star energy, one of the things that I get from the Star is, you know, we have two angels or two people or two souls connecting with each other, okay? So there is hope, but I feel like it's very not planned in a way. Like I don't think that they know when they're gonna act. They just know that they're gonna reach out when everything has changed and everything looks different for the two of you. So let's get some oracle messages to get further insight as to why they are not reaching out right now, before we go into actually getting the answer of whether this person is likely to reach out in the future or not. But oracle messages for why they are not doing so right now, or why haven't you heard from them since the last time you interacted or had any kind of exchange with this person. We have move. This is the Chariot energy. So, you know, looking at the image on this card, I feel like there's an energy of letting go. Like we have a floating heart, and it's literally like somebody is letting go of, you know, first of all, heart is a symbol of feelings, and with the Knight of Cups energy coming up in reverse, I feel like this person is not ready to deal with the feelings right now, okay? The feelings about you and about this situation, and they're moving on. They're just focusing on other things. And I feel that is what is making them feel most balanced, most powerful, most in charge, most in control of their life and their energy, okay? So, oops, this flipped over. We have the Crown Chakra. Now, this card pops up. Interestingly enough, both these cards popped up in pile 1's reading as well. So, anyways, Crown Chakra card, the 7th chakra. This is all about our consciousness and evolving our consciousness to the next level. So what Spirit is showing me here, that the entire experience, first of all, there's a lot of lessons that this person and maybe even you have learned through your experience with each other, okay? And as time is progressing, this person is integrating those lessons into their understanding, their consciousness, and they are bound to evolve, spiritually speaking, through this experience, okay? Again, we have the Three of Swords energy, and we have the reverse Ten of Cups. So typically in life, any kind of like emotionally painful experiences, they are very much a fuel, if you will, for our spiritual evolution. So it kind of makes sense looking at, you know, what they perceive this connection to be. And this is a highly spiritual journey and a lot of lesson learning for this person, becoming wiser in their understanding of life, of relationships. So we'll see. I'm very interested in the second part now, looking at whether this person will make a comeback. We also have the World energy with Embrace. So the World energy, typically World is about endings. So for now, I feel like this person is, first of all, two messages I'm getting. World energy being about endings, but again, very similar in theme to the Crown Chakra card. This is also about an elevated state of consciousness, as is very well represented in this card. So first of all, for now, for this person, things have ended and they are going to let things, you know, let status quo be as it is, and we have, you know, moving away from it. So for now, things have ended, but I feel like, again, there's an indication somehow that this person is, as I said, evolving in their consciousness. I also feel like with the World energy, it's also about like choosing yourself or doing what is the best for you spiritually. And I almost feel like this person is being guided to, for now at least, let go of this connection, or let go of, you know, you and the situation around this connection, in order to evolve past it, if that makes sense. Okay, so this could also be a message and somewhat similar to what you are going through right now as well. Maybe you can look back at this relationship and understand this, or empathize with it and resonate with it. So yeah, let's get another card. Why haven't you heard from your person? Pile 2. We have rest and reconsider. Look at that. So like I said, this person, in a way I feel like, even though this is the Nine of Wands energy, first of all, and with the Nine of Wands energy, there's a lot of exhaustion, as is very much a part of this image here. There's a lot of like wounding and feeling the need to like nurse your wounds. And I certainly feel like this has been quite the ringer of, you know, this person has been put through the ringer when it comes to this situation, whatever they might be, or whatever you guys have gone through together. So I feel like they're taking some time to recover, almost, by stepping away from it. Resting is, with rest, I see that as sort of like and energy withdrawal, if you will. But there's also reconsidering. So maybe some of you, your person is looking at the facts and the details, going over that and kind of assessing the situation. And they might be, as time progresses, I feel like this person is bound to arrive at different conclusions. They might be able to see things that they were not seeing previously. They might be able to like gain some insight into their own self through this reflection process. So let's quickly go into bottom of the deck. This deck, I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles energy, which is awaiting results. That's Seven of Pentacles. So like I said, for some of you, this person might be expecting you to make a move, and maybe they see the situation as something that they have done enough about, maybe. Check with yourself if that resonates. Let's look at whether this person in the future is likely to reach out to you or not. So is pile 2's person likely to reach out to pile 2 or not? I just need a sip of water. Hang on. Is pile 2's person likely to reach out in the future? We have Ace of Pentacles again. Is pile 2's person likely to reach out in the future or not? We have Seven of Swords. Is pile 2's person likely to reach out in the future or not? We have Eight of Swords. Is pile 2's person likely to reach out in the future or not? We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, interesting. Let's draw one more card. Is pile 2's person likely to reach out in the future or not? We have the Three of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like they will reach out, but I feel like this person is going to bring a lot of baggage from their past, okay, into the present, or like whenever they reach out, okay? So I do feel, for some of you, I'm getting that this person is going to reach out quicker or far more earlier than what you presume right now. So whatever your assumption might be, I do feel like they might make a small gesture, like, extending their hand, if you will, for a handshake. But with the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords coming up, the Hierophant and Three of Swords, I feel like this person will still not be very much healed and over the issues that were in your connection, or the things that hurt them, or the things that make them feel like threatened. For example, their trust issues. I feel like they're still going to bring that back into the situation. So not that I'm ever going to tell you what to do, okay? But I feel like at least initially, like when this person comes back, it would be difficult, if not unwise, to engage with them. That is what I'm getting. Okay, so the Hierophant in this case, I feel, represents like rigid way of thinking. Okay, so is the story with Eight of Swords. This is being trapped. Like, look at this otherwise beautiful, but a very an image that would give you feelings of helplessness, like feeling trapped, so unable to look, beyond a certain way of thinking, a certain way of a certain belief system with the Hierophant. So very like rigid kind of mindset, I feel like, and still bringing in that defensive energy, feeling like there's some kind of like threat, okay, perceived threat, which might not be real, of course, and also the Three of Swords energy. So kind of bringing up issues from the past and talking about like the ways that they feel wronged by you. Okay, so I do feel like there might be a gesture, but it might happen before this person has even healed. So here I was talking about, by the way, I meant to clarify the Judgment energy, but I didn't. I actually got in the flow of the reading and kind of forgot about it, but I'm glad I did, because what is coming up in the future is a yes, but this person will likely reach out to you before they are even feeling renewed and healed, as opposed to what they hope to do. Okay, I feel like they hope to come back from a better place, like when they're feeling better, when things are different in your life, in their life, when there's a renewed sense of energy towards this situation. But that might not be the case when they come back. You might still encounter much of the same problems that were present in your connection before. So take it as you will, take it as sort of a heads up, if you will, about what to expect in the future from this person. Okay, let's look at your oracle messages. So in the future, what is this person bringing to the table, or bringing in terms of their energy to this relationship with pile 2? We have beauty, charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. I feel like that would be one of the reasons why this person reaches out. I'm getting like them being very attracted to you, finding you very charming, very graceful, and also your kind heart. I feel like you're very forgiving. You have been very kind to this person, and that makes sense. Like, that would make it very difficult for this person to stay away from you, and that might make this person want to come back. But again, with the Seven of Swords, this makes me feel like, make sure that you know very clearly their motivations of coming back, okay? Especially if this is an ex-partner, romantic connection, somebody that you were involved with. Maybe this is just all about the superficial stuff, okay? Not having worked through their issues, underlying issues. So make very sure that you understand them and their motivations, which you'll have to follow your intuition on that, I feel like. And you'll know from what they're doing. We also have avoiding, blocking, pushing away. That's the Seven of Swords energy. So when it comes to the real things, I feel like this person is still not ready when they come back to deal with them, to deal with it, to address it, okay? Still would want to escape. Now, is this escape coming from laying all the blame on you, which can be a part of Seven of Swords energy, being absolutely blind to their own role in this? I don't know. Looks like that with what I'm seeing. There's also time, reading cycles and moments. So patience, and I feel like needing more time. This person consciously might not understand this, but certainly, like, when they make a comeback, if they're coming back with the same baggage, with the same issues, they certainly need time. They need more time out, okay? For some of you, they might even say that, but mostly this feels like they might not understand this if they come back with the same energy, but there certainly will be more time needed. We have withdrawn, single, lonely, solitary, so still not willing to connect with you in a real sort of a way. I feel like this is very much the Three of Swords energy, where we withdraw from the world and we are nursing our wounds, not open to like a real connection, I feel like. So yeah, be very careful and mind your own energy as you interact with them. We have commitment, marriage, promises, and fidelity. So I was getting like third-party situation for some of you, and it might still be something that interferes in your connection, okay? So be very mindful if this person does come back and brings the same kind of, like I said, BS, for lack of a better word, into the equation, okay? So take the reading as you will, because your answer is looking like a yes, but it comes with a fair bit of warning about what to expect. I'm sorry if you can hear like a banging sound in the background, but anyways, we are at the tail end of your reading. So that is all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope this reading resonated. I hope it helped you in any way, big or small. Thank you so much for being here, Pile 2, and hopefully I will see you in my future readings. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. This is for those of you that resonated with the Black Obsidian Crystal and this card, the High Priestess, or the Medusa card. This is your reading, and in case you skipped or missed the intro, a little bit on the structure of the read, what you can expect. So we are going to begin by looking at why you haven't heard from the person on your mind, and after we have answered that question, we are going to go into the future a little bit and get insight into whether you are going to hear from them in the future, whether it's likely that they will reach out to you. And if we get a yes to that question, then we are going to look at when that is going to happen. Now, that when could be, you know, about time, so an actual timeline as to when you could expect this contact, or it could talk about a shift in energies, so a shift in your energy, your person's energy, and sort of looking at what needs to happen first before this person can reach out. If we get a no, we'll get the reasons why that is so, why this person is not likely to reach out to you in the future as well. And I want you to feel free to use this reading for romantic as well as platonic connections from any place. So we are starting with the Knight of Swords. So why did this person Or why haven't you heard from them? Why haven't you heard from them? We also have the Ace of Swords. The Knight of Swords is kind of giving me the vibe that this person, first of all, the Knight of Swords can be very impulsive. This can be, you also have the Hermit. So, yeah, the Knight of Swords can be very impulsive. This is someone who is going to act first and think later kind of a vibe. Somebody who's reckless. They can come across as thoughtless because basically with the Knight there's a knee-jerk reaction to the stimulus, meaning whatever is happening right in front of them, and sometimes it can result in a very thoughtless action. Okay, with this Knight of Swords especially, I'm getting the vibe the Knight is holding a sword and they are flying away on a giant eagle, the mystical bird. So what I feel like this person, there could have been like very sudden or unexpected, or you know, something that surprised you kind of exit from the situation. So maybe the Knight really just picked up and left. That kind of energy is what I am getting. The Ace of Swords is again about clarity, and I'm going to clarify what this card is speaking about. The Hermit is a very self-focused energy. So maybe this person, I feel like, first of all, I do think that this connection and thinking about, you know, everything that transpired between the two of you, how they acted, the details of this relationship, that's still very much on this person's mind. Like they have not really forgotten all about it. Okay, that's the first thing I'm getting. And in seeking clarity, I feel like over, you know, the whole situation, maybe even their actions, maybe about you, this is more of a private process for this person at this point of time. Like they are not gonna, or they believe, I should say, that they're not gonna get this clarity that they want by talking to you or by thrashing things out, by this verbal exchange. So this could be a tendency with this person that they are not so good with words, or maybe when they do talk about things, they tend to maybe use some harsh words, or maybe you know, focus on the wrong thing, and which can come from their reactionary state of being, as I explained with the Knight of Swords, that the Knight of Swords is not very thoughtful. They are likely to act first and then think later kind of people. So for the Knight, for this Knight, or for this person that's coming through as the Knight of Swords, I feel like there is something that they're trying to figure out. Okay, and they could also be doing like the typical, you know, pros and cons list, or looking at the light aspects of your relationship, comparing them with the dark. We have two contrasts in the card. There's, you know, the yellow light, which represents the sun, and we also have the moon. So this Knight of Swords, sorry, this Ace of Swords is cutting through that ambiguity, cutting through the confusion, and kind of drawing their own conclusions, like arriving at some clarity again, whatever that might look like for this person. So at this time, I feel like they are more withdrawn from you, and I kind of get the feeling that that is how they process you know, complicated thought or emotions and what have you. So, but another thing with the Hermit is always seeking something, okay? And it also comes again from the belief that the answers that you're looking for and what you're seeking, whether it's clarity, whether it's peace, whether it's some sort of resolution for the situation that you find yourself in, there's a belief with the Hermit, or they have arrived at this place where they realize that they're not going to find those answers, they're not going to find the solution outside of them, that is. And excuse me, and it's going to take for them to turn inwards for that guidance. I'm just going to get a sip of my juice. So why hasn't this person reached out to you? Almost get the feeling like this person feels that any kind of communication is pointless. You know what I mean? That they're not going to find the answers to whatever it is that they're seeking clarity on. We also have the King of Swords. Yeah, communication. This person might even be blocked when it comes to communication in general, again sort of coming across as a tendency. But the King of Swords is all about communication. So this person literally might not know what to say to you. Maybe their thoughts are not organized, maybe they don't have the clarity, which is indicated by the Ace of Swords. And I'm noticing that the sword, it's the same sword with the same wings. If you'll notice that the king is holding close to the chest and kind of looks like the same sword. So this is like lack of clarity with the King of Swords coming up in reverse. Another thing that is a part of the King of Swords energy, King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, they are archetypes that have gone through a lot of pain in their life, and now they kind of use the wisdom that they have gained by being in those painful situations as a tool, if you will, to think about, analyze, and process their thoughts about their experiences. And with the reverse or the shadow aspects coming up with the reverse King of Swords, this person might be feeling embittered for whatever reason. Okay, again, those reasons and actual happenings within this connection is going to be different for each one of you that is watching this reading. But there's a sense of feeling embittered and not feeling so great about, could be anything, about the relationship, about you, about themselves, about your dynamics, but not feeling so good, not feeling ready to deal with it. Okay, there's a lack of clarity, definitely. Even though they're seeking it at this time, I feel like the Hermit can also represent that stage of life in their soul's journey where they are at right now. Maybe this person is being guided to remain more withdrawn and to reflect, because with the Hermit mode there comes a lot of self-reflection. So maybe they're being guided just in general in life, where they feel the need to review their thoughts, their feelings, their experiences from the past in a more, as I said, private sort of a way. So that also could be what's happening here. We have the Ace of Cups. So this person definitely has a lot of feelings. As I said, I don't think that this connection, you are completely off their minds, okay? And the Ace of Cups can talk about those overflowing emotions. Actually, there is a reflection in this cup. We have the moon up top, and we have this symbol which has the full moon in the center and the crescent moon, and this is typically seen with the High Priestess, which is the card that you chose for your pile selection. So I feel like intuitively their feelings, their emotions, and even their own intuition is trying to, I feel, speak a lot with this person. As I said, with the Hermit energy, there is some heavy duty inner processing that this person might be getting prompts like from their inner self to look at, to do. The moon can also talk about our shadow self. Okay, I kind of like the atmospheric nature of this card. Everything is just under the pale moonlight, so I feel like through looking at their emotions, this person is kind of being made more familiar with the shadow aspects of themselves. So this is some heavy emotional processing, heavy feelings coming up, I feel like, for this person, and them having to look at it. But with the moon energy, for a lack of better word, they might not be as balanced or literally effed up, you know, when it comes to processing those emotions. So a lot going on with this person, and outside, especially with the Hermit, it might look like nothing is really going on, or you know, there might be an air of mystery there with the moon energy, where it might just be kind of confusing just to take a look at that person from the outside, know about their life details, and might leave you wondering like what's going on. But there's a lot going on underneath the surface with this person. Let's clarify each of the cards. We have the Nine of Wands energy. Okay, so the Nine of Wands is a very defensive energy. Okay, we have what I feel like is a coven of witches, and somebody is like really angry, triggered, blocking something, and like passionately talking about like a strategy or something, but there's a lot of anger, and I feel like this person definitely has a lot of wounds that might have gotten triggered because of this relationship, whatever the nature of this connection is, but this is triggering for their inner wounding. And when that happens, sometimes one of the reactions that we can have, and certainly what is coming up what is coming up for this person, is going into a defensive mode. So blocking other people, blocking connections, but this is coming from a place of being triggered. I mean, look at that guy, like he's clearly you know, triggered by something, and using his voice to almost, I feel like, strategizing, keeping something at bay, like talking passionately about the next steps. So the strategy with the Nine of Wands typically is blocking. So which explains the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can be a part of that triggered reaction, and as I said, that when the Knight of Swords acts in a way where they are acting first and thinking later, it mostly is because of certain unresolved issues that are going on within them that they have not really taken the time to look at, to think about their actions, to think about their choices. So again, there's a part of wounding, there's a part of immaturity, there's a part of like emotional imbalance, which is a part of the Knight of Swords energy. Okay, and it could be coming from a triggered place. So something in this connection was very triggering for this person. Now, when I say that, I do not mean to imply in any way that you were wrong, or you should have like acted differently or made different choices. Of course, this is not about that, and no matter how thoughtfully we function within a relationship, or how good we are, you know, everything comes under the good umbrella. However, like accommodating, wonderful, empathetic we might be, it still can get triggering for insane reasons for different people. Like, we never know what their triggers are. So this is not to say like the responsibility lies on your shoulder, but actually quite the opposite, where this person really needs to take a look at what triggers them, and the way they react to those triggers is certainly not functional at this point of time. Okay, so what's the Ace of Swords energy? What is the Ace of Swords energy? And the Knight of Swords can be especially immature. All the knights to a certain extent, but when it comes to like recklessness and fast decisions and reckless decisions, that is the Knight. we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so with the Three of Wands, there are some kind of plans. There is some hope about the future, okay? We have a person who's looking into the horizon, thinking about, you know, what to do next. That's typically the energy of Three of Wands. And I feel like this is what your person is unclear about. This could relate to like this relationship. Maybe they are wondering if they can reconnect with you, okay, because aces can also talk about new beginnings and communication, as I said. So this person might be wondering at this point of time, and we'll see with the second part of the reading if they are likely to reach out. However, at this point of time, I feel like they are wanting to get clarity on what those next steps could be, if you know that even is a possibility. So there's some thinking, some planning. Again, one of the cards that indicates to me that this connection weighs heavily on your person's mind, okay? Whatever happened between the two of you, they haven't really gotten over it for sure. What is the Hermit energy? And this is future planning, so thinking about, you know, the future, what comes up in the future. And since it has come up, of course, in the context of, you know, why they haven't reached out, maybe it is something that they leave for the future. Like they have a hope, kind of a lingering hope, that maybe in the future I might be able to reach out to pile 3, talk to them, sort things out, get some clarity, or get some clarity first and then talk about, you know, whatever happened. Because as I said, this has been triggering. This has brought up some like emotions, heavy emotions within this person that they are processing at this time. We have the World, okay? So the World can talk about endings. So maybe the Hermit mode is something that they went into at the point when this relationship ended. The World can also talk about, for now, this person sees the connection as being over, okay? And both those things kind of coexist, a hope about the future and also knowing that for now, the best thing is to consider things to have ended, okay? The World is also about, what do you call it, like making the right choice, or being guided to make the right choice for your soul's journey, okay? So something that is going to help this person evolve in their consciousness, become more aware, and sort of, you know, that elevating of your consciousness and of your spirit. So all those 3 messages might be applicable. Maybe one of them is applicable, depend on what you intuitively know about your person. If they are not that self-aware, they might be coming to that self-awareness, or maybe this inward journey through the Hermit, the time that they are spending with themselves and focusing on, you know, this processing of their emotions. It could be something that is a part of their soul's journey, a part of their soul's evolution. So take it how it resonates with you, but for now I would say this person looks at your connection and allows themselves to feel like it has ended, like something, again, like I said, this person doesn't really feel the need right now to revisit what happened, revisit the connection, what happened between the two of you, okay? So let's see, what is the reversed King of Swords? What's the reverse King of Swords energy? We have the Two of Pentacles. Confusion is the name of the game with Two of Pentacles, okay? Hang on one second, just taking a sip of my juice. So the reverse the reverse King of Swords. What's wrong with me? The reversed King of Swords being clarified by the Two of Pentacles is talking about confusion. I feel like this person is at this point of time again very indecisive, which is very contradictory to the kings in the tarot. The kings are usually about taking authoritative action, using their words, using their energy, using their emotions in a intelligently managed sort of a way. And the king is a big, executor of plans, and somebody who really understands, has that clarity, has that commitment, the drive to and a lot of surety when it comes to something, whatever the context might be, which in this case, of course, is this relationship with you. So I feel like Two of Pentacles is further confirming that there is a lot of confusion. It's literally like they cannot make up their mind. Maybe there are two courses of actions that they are considering, and they do not know which would be the right one, but something they are confused about, and they haven't made up their mind. Okay, the Two of Pentacles can also talk about imbalance, okay, an imbalance of energies. One of the pentacles, as you can see, is being lifted higher, so one of them is considered like either more significant, more important, having more value, and so have you. But there's also the energy of the other pentacle, which kind of is something that is still being considered in this state of being. So again, a lot of confusion, a lot of like not having made their minds as to what definitive action they need to take. Okay, not being able to even think clearly, I feel like, about what those options might be. So, and the options can be as simple as like whether they want to rekindle, come back, talk to you, reopen that door. What's the Ace of Pentacles energy? We have death. Okay. So a couple of messages that I'm getting with the Death card. First of all, as I said, this does look like this person is on an inward journey, something that is going to elevate their consciousness, and it's primarily going to be about this person becoming much more wiser in their energy. I feel like that with this ending, it triggered a lot of emotions. First of all, as I said, I'm seeing an overflowing cup, like emotions, feeling a lot of things, okay? So it could be that, not could be, it is that this ending literally sort of opened the floodgates, if you will, for their emotions to come through, and just like intense feelings that have come up that they are processing, as I mentioned. And the death can also be about transformation. So I kind of feel like this person, through whatever they're going through at this point of time in their life, where they are in the hermit mode, this is about this person transforming. This is about them changing, and the transformation will come through how well they are able to process these emotions, which can be challenging, very much so. And bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. I'm also noticing the Six of Cups here. Okay, the Four of Cups, not feeling so great, feeling sad, feeling depressed. The Four of Cups can talk about mental health issues, or emotional blockages, like just not feeling very much the Hermit energy. But there's a element of sadness there with the Four of Cups. There's an element of depression, okay? But the Knight of Wands and the Six of Cups, as I said, this connection is nowhere close to forgotten in this person's mind. With the Knight of Wands energy, again, it will be interesting to take a look with this spread, especially what this person is going to do in the near future, because
I feel like with the Knight of Wands energy, there is desire. There's like wanting to come towards you, okay? Feeling passionate. And there, Six of Cups can talk about memories. So nostalgia, you know, thinking about the times that you have spent with them, you know, what this connection has meant to them. And again, as I said, use this reading for all types of connections. So definitely there are some pleasant memories that this person can bank on, that they can go back to, that they do revisit, as I said, very much on their minds. So it will be interesting to see. But before we do that, I do want to draw oracle cards still for this part of the reading and look into why they haven't reached out to you. Why has pile 3's person still not reached out to pile 3? Why hasn't pile 3's person? And then we are going to go into looking at whether your person is likely to reach out in the future. So, whoops. We have rest and reconsider. This is actually the Nine of Wands energy, okay? So Nine of Wands energy that we have here, there's a lot of wounding, and typically what follows is a period of going or retrieving into the corner and retrieving into our corners, and whoops, and taking some time. Sorry about that. I hit the stand, the camera, my tripod, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so there is a period of just taking a break, feeling a need to nurse our wounds, so to speak, okay? And also there's reconsideration. So certainly, as I said, again, like multiple messages now at this point in your reading that kind of highlight that this person hasn't forgotten all about you and completely moved on. So they're certainly thinking a lot on, or reflecting a lot on, this relationship and what happened. Reconsideration is also, you know, regroup, re-strategizing. Again, trying to get some clarity. We have the Two of Wands energy with spread your wings. So again, another card that comes up, which is future focused. But I feel like with this, again, there's this feeling that I have with this person that they just, I feel like they absolutely hate being in situations where they don't feel free, or they don't feel powerful, and they don't feel in control, okay? And they might be the type of person that are very likely to leave the situation, and that itself, the act of like leaving something behind, or, you know, keeping it unaddressed in a way, sort of makes this person feel free. Like what I'm getting, or what I'm latching on to with this card, is this energy of wanting to spread their wings, as the card says, and experience that joy, experience that freedom. So things might have gotten to a point where this person really was not ready to work with the complications of this relationship, okay? They just want it out. They just want it to be free, okay? And speaking about the Two of Wands energy, again, it's future focused, but it is more likely that this person is going to make a choice that makes them feel free, okay? Whatever that feeling of free is for this person. So a very self-preserving sort of energy coming from your person, which is understandable, can be a little heartless in its nature, because you're not really considering like how you're affecting, how your choices are affecting other people, but sort of understandable given the nature of human nature itself. Oh, we have the Nine of Cups energy, dreams coming true. I might want to clarify that, because this is about manifestation. This is about bringing in something that we want and getting to that place of alignment so that our manifestation can become a part of this reality. So what is this card telling us? Like, is this person like manifesting a new beginning with you? Or I'll clarify that card a little bit, or in a little bit. But let's get one more. This is confusing me. The dream is coming true. I mean, I don't know what the larger context is for that energy. We'll see in a second. We also have the Star energy, which is all about healing. It's also about hope. Okay, so certainly, as I said, this journey that they are on with the Hermit and the Death card, it is about a spiritual evolution for this person. And I love the rendition of the Heal card in this particular deck, because can you see like how this person is breaking the chains? So this is literally, you know, rising above their circumstances or getting rid of their limiting beliefs. Like, I've always seen this card, this Heal card, as somebody is becoming more free, if you will. Okay, so maybe I feel like now that I'm looking at it, I'm still going to clarify, but now that I'm looking at the entire 4-card spread, I'm thinking that maybe how your person wants to feel, and it might be something that they might be telling themselves, that they just want to manifest like better things in their life, and they needed to walk away from this connection so that they can remain aligned to what they truly desire or what they want to manifest. Okay, every soul has like different desires that are very close to his or her heart, and we do make like unconscious or subconscious choices based on what we feel is the best. And unfortunately, I know this might be painful for some of you that are listening to this reading, but this might be something that they keep telling, or they kept telling themselves, that maybe this is not something what I want. But interestingly, it has come full circle in a way, so that now whatever lessons that they need to learn through this relationship is the prime thing that is on their mind. You know, the prime time show is this relationship, because they have not yet healed, they have not yet really learned the lessons, and they have to integrate. So even though this person might be feeling like they are literally like breaking the chains and giving themselves that space, that freedom to be able to manifest what they want, it's interesting that they have come full circle. But regardless of that, regardless of the irony of the situation, because sometimes we run away from something and then life makes us revisit the situation again and again, something that we keep toying over with in our minds, because life is like, no, you're not done yet. There are still a few lessons that you needed to learn. But this could be the emotion that is bringing that up. So let's check the energy around dreams coming true. Oops. So what's the energy surrounding dreams coming true? What's the energy surrounding dreams coming true? We have the reversed Queen of Cups. Let's get one more. Kind of getting a sense through that. I just need one more card. What is the energy surrounding dreams coming true? We also have the Two of Cups. Yeah, so, okay. So I feel like the Two of Cups, of course, is this connection between the two of you, okay? But with the Queen of Cups energy coming up in reverse, or the shadow side of the Queen of Cups, by the way, it's interesting. This is the symbol that I was talking about, that I saw in this Ace of Cups card, the crescent moons sandwiching a full moon image. Whatever that, it's not coming to me. I've read about it, but whatever that symbol means, and I think it's a symbol of intuition. I remember seeing it with the High Priestess card. Not this rendition maybe, but you know, other renditions. Anyway, I'm digressing. What I meant to say, like with the reverse Queen of Cups coming up as, you know, the clarifying card with the dreams coming true, again, I'm getting the feeling that there is something within this relationship that this person is blocking. The Queen of Cups can talk about the toxic parts of, you know, the toxic side of our emotional bodies, or our emotional capabilities, or our emotional experience. So again, as with the reverse King of Swords, this is blocked emotions, this is feeling embittered, this is just like feeling like not processing in your emotions, not processing them in a loving way, or something that will indicate self-love and empathy, and something that is going to be good for you and good for somebody else. So even though they want to be at this Nine of Cups, as I said, they might tell themselves that they want to manifest something different. What I was feeling initially was how this is bringing this person back to where they started, or where this all started, and having the need right now to process their emotions coming from this relationship, which they're not doing at this point of time. And until I feel like they do this, they won't be able to manifest whatever it is that this person is hoping for. Okay, like this is the unprocessed emotions coming from this relationship is a serious block for this person, whether they realize it or not, how much they see it. Maybe they do, maybe they kind of have an inkling, but they might be pushing it away. Okay, but I feel like they need to do this right. They need to process it, integrate it, before they can even get to this Nine of Cups position, which is, you know, getting ready to receive whatever it is that they're wanting to manifest. Okay, so now let's go into whether you're going to hear back from this person or not. So is pile 3 likely to hear from their person in the future? Is pile 3 going to hear from their person? Is this person likely to reach out to pile 3 in the future or not? We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, a very positive cards when it comes to like future actions, and you know, this is a very romantic energy, and this is someone acting on their emotions and, you know, going to follow their intuition, not being afraid to do so. We also have a 10 of Pentacles. Okay, pile 3, things are looking up. But let me draw all the cards, because sometimes I find myself biting my tongue for having spoken too soon. Let's see what the other cards have to say. So is this person going to reach out? Is this person going to reach out? We have the 5 of Swords. Okay. Is this person going to reach out in the future? And I forgot to mention this before I was drawing the card for this portion of the reading, that sometimes what comes up in context of a different question we are asking, which is, different from why they're not reaching out to what would happen in the future, the answer sometimes really surprises us. So we also have the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Five of Swords, we have the Five of Wands. Okay, is this person going to reach out in the future? We have the Seven of Wands. Very interesting energy. Let me clarify the Five of Wands energy here. So what's this Five of Wands talking about? Why do they feel conflicted? Five of Wands is about conflict, okay? The Five of Swords is the energy of having regrets, or feeling like we have not really won the situation, even though at the end of a conflict we might have technically won, or we might feel like we have gotten what we desire and we acted the way that we wanted to act, which in this case the person might have, left this connection. Not might have, that is more likely, that is what I'm seeing with the energies that are present in your spread. But yeah, it would be interesting to see. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, so this is talking about confusion and them being conflicted. Oops, okay, this jumped up. We have the Hanged Man with the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. For some of, not for some of you, for most of you, I am getting the feeling that this person will reach out, okay? But as I said, that they might be able to get themselves to this place where they are feeling their feelings, whatever feelings they have for you, they are acting on those feelings. I mean, we have this beautiful light that is riding on the waves of water, which is to do with our emotions. So they might get to a place where they will not be able to kind of help it. These emotions, I feel like, towards you that they have, and this is a lot of loving emotions or desires, and it's likely that this person is going to act on it, okay? For some of you, they might even come up with the offer of a long-term future with you with the Ten of Pentacles. I'm getting that maybe this person is someone that you had a family with, if this was a spouse, and you have built a home, you had something, there's an energy of they have something big to lose, and they know you have something big to lose, which might make this person revisit the connection. But what it looks like, okay, that when this happens, whenever that is, and it might be sooner than you're expecting, because I kind of feel like whatever journey that they are on right now, it will not be completed. This person, I feel like, will not have learned the lessons that they need to learn. They might not have even resolved the issues, the internal, personal issues that they're working on at this time. They might not even have resolved and worked through that. So coming back to a situation when you're not really ready to handle it, I feel like, okay. So Five of Swords, as I was saying, it can talk about the emotions that come post-conflict. So having regret, feeling like you have lost something big, even though technically in the end, it might have looked like you got to do what you really wanted to do, which might be, again, sorry, I keep using might, but it's really the energy that I'm connecting to. So it is something that this person, they got to make the choice of leaving you behind, of not communicating with you, of withdrawing their energy, but there's still unprocessed elements to that regret. So that is what I feel like is talking about the Hanged Man. So still feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit like being in a limbo, They might have gained some newer perspectives, I feel like, but with the conflict, with the actual conflict within this connection, this person is still not seeing certain things. The Two of Swords can be that confusion which comes from an inability. So they're seeing some things, and then Spirit is saying that there's still some blockages, okay? And with the Seven of Wands, again, if you were to come together, you know, it might get to some newer conflicts coming up in this connection. For some of you, I'm really getting that this is a spouse, because you know, we have a creature that's kind of protecting its two children, and there's an outside intruder, so feeling the need to protect her nest, her dwelling place, if you will. So the children might be involved for some of you, if this is you know, an ex-partner, a spouse, or just in general, like for other type of connections. I'm thinking feeling protective of your energy, and again, like some sort of conflict I feel unfortunately coming up. So let's take a look at your oracle cards for this question. Let me get a sip of my juice. So what does it look like when this person comes back to you? Because I do feel like a strong possibility of that happening, this person reaching out again. We have perspective, better off, happiness, and clear-headed space. So this is the Hangman energy. I'm going to put it right next to the Hangman. So as I said, this person will have gained a newer perspective on certain things, and maybe it's about, you know, realizing what their happiness is, maybe you know, getting clear over some things, okay? So there's definitely a change of perspective there for some parts of it. What is their energy gonna look like when they come back? We have bluff, pretending, mask, and exaggeration. So again, still not like seeing certain things, as I said, still kind of being deluded almost, you know. Wearing a mask might be a part of it, but this person is really not seeing certain things. I feel like even when they come back, you might find yourself dealing with that energy. So bear that in mind, and I'm sorry if this is a difficult message to hear, pile 3, but so what is their energy going to be like when they come back? Whoops. We have only you. So this is the Knight of Cups energy again, and I'm getting vibes of long-term commitment with, you know, this card. We have devoted, attach, and crave. So again, a repetition of, you know, the Knight of Cups energy where we started. So that might, like, the romantic feelings, the love, craving you, craving your attention, might be something that makes this person comes back initially. What is their energy when they come back? We have lusting, forbidden, non-committed sexual energy. It could be a part of that attraction, okay? So maybe it's feelings of lust that makes this person come back. What is their energy when they revisit this connection? Well, we are already at the 50 minutes mark. I wonder if any of you are even watching it at this point. Let me know. We have bitterness, resentment, anger, hurtful words. This is the Five of Swords energy, you know. Again, not having processed their emotions and their feelings. Okay, so I'm going to close off the reading with some messages from your person's higher self. Let's do this portion quickly. As I said, we are already at the 50-minute mark, but let's see a few messages from their higher self. Pile 3. What does your person's higher self want to say to you right now? I am afraid to contact you. And again, as with everything in this general reading, take only those messages that resonate. Oh, so we have this, we will be together again, the desire that I was feeling, wanting to come together with you with that Knight of Wands as well, feeling the attraction. And for some of you, now that I'm getting this message, I'm thinking, maybe manifesting a union with you is something that they do create or they crave. They might be working on, like manifesting this union. But with the reverse Queen of Cups, we have those blocked emotions there. Sometimes I see a vague thinking about you. Yeah, this relationship hasn't really left their energy at all. That was something that I was getting with this pile. Still very much on their minds. You were the best thing in my life. So feeling regretful. This is the Five of Swords energy again. Regrets over losing you. One last card. The timing just wasn't right for us. So that might be true for the two of you. Maybe it was a question of timing. So that is all I have for you, pile 3. Be mindful of this person coming back. Work on strengthening your own sense of self. For the time being is what I intuitively felt like saying to you. But regardless of that, I hope that this exploration was helpful for you. I hope that it helped you in some ways, big or small. Thank you so much for sharing your energy. Consider leaving this video a like if it did help you, and consider subscribing and staying back for future readings on this channel. Yeah, thank you so much, pile 3, and hopefully I'll see you in one of my future readings. Take care. Bye.